And
so
he's great.
It's a lot. Yeah.
But yeah, Theresa, if you want to check out any really awesome current comic books, as we were talking off air, we were talking about Gail Simone, who was amazing, who writes some great stuff. But Tom King is a really excellent writer at DC who has been writing Batman. He just recently wrote Mr. Miracle, and now he's writing Strange Adventures, featuring a character named Adam Strange. He's an unbelievably good writer. Always does books about, what makes a hero. And he's also a former CIA anti-terrorist operative.
Well,
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got he writes Batman really interestingly because he's a guy who actually knows how to sneak into buildings and under cover of night and shit like that.
Yeah. With Tom King's Batman, basically, since that's done now, if you are looking for a long run that's recent and done, that would be a good way to go.
Yeah.
I'm definitely check it out.
All right. So yeah, Theresa, so what do you got on your shelf this week?
So mine's more of an idea. My husband actually thought of it. We were talking last week about how I love Halloween, and I consider myself one of those spooky girls. I just love dark clothing and, the occult and lore and all that stuff. So we were binging Halloween movies like crazy. And I actually got really bummed when Halloween was over. So my husband was Marvel movies.
Oh, sorry. Can you go back and say that again, Theresa? Your mic dropped out.
Oh no. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, but basically you said, so Tony had an idea and we were binging Halloween and then nothing. And then I heard Marvel movies.
Oh no. Okay. So we were really bummed out after Halloween was over because our family is really big into Halloween and that's our stuff.
As is Joe.
Oh yeah. So we were binging scary movies pretty much every day and, the kid Halloween movies every day. And as a palate cleanser, Tony suggested we binge the Marvel movies. And that's going to be our new tradition. And I'm actually really excited for it because it was a really good way to get my mind off of being bummed out that my favorite holiday and season is over. And we basically spent all day Sunday. Tony wanted to watch them by order of release date. And I argued that it had to be chronological. So that was the big battle in our house. But this is our new, I won, but this is going to be our new tradition after Halloween. We're just going to, binge the Marvel movies, and it was a lot of fun. And it got my mind off of being bummed out, and it kind of eased my stress, my election stress a little bit. So.
Yeah. Well, we've all had that election stress.
Oh yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. Did you include the Blade films as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Oh, we did not.
Because those are definitely worth a revisit. The first one, which is just a fun movie, and Snipes is great in it. The second one is, of course, directed by the amazing Guillermo del Toro and has designs in it by both Mike Mignola, creator of Hellboy, and Timothy Bradstreet, who is not only one of the best artists in the business, but is a pal of mine. Yeah, those are the Blades, and they're doing a new Blade film that's going to be part of the MCU with Mahershala Ali as Blade. That's really awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And that's the other thing I wanted to say is that you won the fight to watch the films in chronological order. So of course you watched Captain America: The First Avenger of course. First. and you are a Captain America stan.
Yes, I sure am.
Yeah, it's there's people who will be it'll be like, well, Captain America, obviously represents imperialism and this, that, and the other thing. But, we were talking about the history of Captain America, and it's, it's a character created, by Jack Kirby and Joe Simon, and with, Jewish kids that were pretty sure they were going to get sent off to war, and it's, he's the original anti-fascist.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So this week, I'm going to suggest another a film, not a television show, but a film from the 1970s, which is a very paranoid political thriller, which is perfect for this day and age, starring Warren Beatty, and it's called The Parallax View. Came out in 1974. It's directed by Alan Pakula, who directed Clute, All the President's Men, another film that everybody should revisit right now. Sophie's Choice, Pelican Brief. I mean, Alan Pakula's career is amazing. And it's a really tense thriller, also about a journalist who is trying to find out about a MK Ultra style program where they're recruiting violent, disturbed individuals and making them into programmed killers using brainwashing techniques. And Hume Cronin is in it, William Daniels, Paul Apprentice. It's got an amazing score by Michael Small. It's Robert Towne worked on the screenplay along with Lorenzo Semple Jr. It's just a great movie. It's one of Beatty's best performances, I think. And not only does it really stand up, it's very much, relatable to what's going on nowadays. And it's how do I put it? It's it's one of those films that not only when you watch it do you realize that it still holds up, but you can see its influences across political thrillers. The stuff that was done in The Parallax View, you can see repeated in later films. The paranoid of conspiracy theory and stuff like that. And it's available streaming on Amazon Prime and on CBS, on the CBS Unlimited. So you can find it on both places. Excellent. So thank you so much for joining me once again.
Thank you.
Theresa, thank you so much for having me, for coming on. I appreciate it. Joe, thank you once again for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
And, this was a ton of fun. I'm going to have both of you back on soon. I'm recording one episode a week consistently. They're dropping on Friday. So I'm going to make sure we're not going to have an episode next week. But as soon as I return from a quick sojourn in the Southwest, I'll be back recording, and we will see you once again. Thanks so much. This is The Literate Nerds, and I'm Pat Kennedy signing off.